heavy reliance now on talents and skills. Some of the more prominent ones are bricklaying and tiling, especially with the boom in the building industry and modernization of same. Sadi Musa is a bricklayer engaged in the business of building. We caught him at site in the process of doing his business. He gave us a background on how he learned the skill and how he applies it.
I started this work 20 to 25 years ago. I started odd jobs where I met my mentor. He is late now. He took me under his wing, and I started as a laborer, where you mix cement and give bricklayer to lay blocks. I decided since I am earning from this occupation, I should learn it, so that as I am working for my boss, others will work for me also. I put my mind to it and learn the skills up to where I am today. We are still benefiting from it.
Another aspect in building is convenience and beautification of the properties. Tiling is one of such, and a specialized skill at that. Abubakar Adamu, a tiler, educates us on how he learned his skill and how he applies it.
We learn tiling work by having interest and putting our minds to it. While learning, there are challenges. Your boss will give you tasks. Some you like them, and some you didn't. One will do them if he wants to learn the occupation. Our choice was to learn the skills and not how much money you will make. I did not inherit the skills, but I liked the work and I wanted to learn. In the first place, you will be taught how to measure meters. If you learn that, you can be sent to measure meters anywhere. To measure tiles, if you measure 10 meters, you will make it 11 to 12 meters. Some tiles are not up to a meter. Also, some are already broken in the carton. I have been up to 10 years in this profession. I mentored many.
Degrees are important, but so are skills and talents. They allow you to interpret and manifest what your education has taught you.
Loitering under intense sun and sometimes heavy downpour raises so many questions about their mental and moral health. These children, within the range of going to school age, are seen at different strategic junctions in Kano, dashing between moving vehicles, displaying various goods.
If, let's say, a child is actually a tax, which is greater, you understand, in, let's say, energy than what he can perform, or what he or she can perform, or where the child, you understand, the engagement in that particular activity or labor will not permit the child to actually go to school.
Sana Aminu Basiru Muhammad. Ina yin sana'a ne a jajjada gundi na ɗauki kaya gun ɗan malam. Muna ɗaukar kaya sai mu raba ribar. Ya ɗauki kuɗin sai ya bayar riba ta.
Sunana Ibrahim, shekara ta 13, ina sana'ar cingan ne. Idan muka sai kuma ribar da muka samu ya yi lissafi, a ba mu ribar ta mu je mutum. Kuɗi na ina yi ajiyewa idan suka tare ɗanya aka cin aiko daga gida sai an aika amfani da layi da su yayi.
To some, this might look a gainful venture. The young lads are seen as fending for themselves, and much so for their family. But to many, these children are out there because someone has abandoned their responsibilities.
In more developed society, before you will be allowed to marry, you have to visit a counselor. You must get a certificate of counseling. Someone must confirm. You understand? A professional must confirm that actually the marriage is compatible, that actually you have the right state of mind to actually engage in that relationship. You have to scrutinize. And you see, marriage is a contract, it's a union. And every contract, you understand, has its own foundation. I have to scrutinize. There are rules, there are boundaries in every contract. So if an individual wants to raise a family, you should be able to understand that that particular issue, you understand, is associated with a number of responsibilities which can be counted. They are financial, they are social, they are psychological. For instance, you must provide a place for a resident, you understand, for your own family. You must feed your family, you have to dress them, you must actually cater, for their own education, their health, and so on and so on. And above all, even training.
On the street, they are exposed to various forms of hazards and risks that reduce their thinking ability. They suffer teasing and mockery by passers-by. All these have far-reaching consequences on the child as he adventures into adulthood.
Those students will not understand the implication of what they are doing at this age, but it will be later they will understand. Because at this age, when they are earning money, they won't understand the implication of not going to school.
Although experts relate this problem to the failure of the family institution, the effort to salvage the situation is not a single one.
Since we are in a critical economic situation, government should do more in respect of policies which can alleviate poverty in our society, particularly women empowerment. When you empower a woman, she will take good care of her children, both in education, healthcare, and all sorts of requirements.
It is a common culture. People grow food to eat. Then they grow it in abundance to sell, to preserve, and to use in future. With little extra effort, for example, it is easier to store foodstuff such as beans in large quantity and for long.
We apply insecticide on the products and it will last for 3 months, 4 months, 6 months, or even a year.
However, that could not be said of a perishable vegetable like tomato. This is Nkaba Vegetable Market at the eastern fringe of Kano City. Few months back, in this market, a basket of tomatoes sold between 50 and 60,000 naira, making it extremely difficult for a common man to have it among his daily recipe.
The reason for the shortage of tomato this year in Kano is the presence of particular pests. They call it Sharon. It destroys all the tomatoes. As a result of that, the stock became very costly.
The rainy season is here and it brought with it a reduction in the prices.
Tomato today has become available, unlike before. One can get it at 5,000 naira, 4,000 naira, or even 3,000 naira.
Today, the product has flooded the market. And although the rush here is swift and for immediate consumption, Some families are already having a plan for its imminent rise in price and probably shortage.
People should find a way of preserving tomato by drying it now that it has become available, so that even if the price goes up, one can still have what to use.
Halima is expert in vegetable preservation, and she guides us into tomato canning process.
When you purchase your desired quantity of tomato, wash them thoroughly and remove all the black spots. Put the tomato in a pot and steam it for a while. Then blend it evenly without adding water. Put the tomato back on fire until all the water evaporates. Now it has become a paste, ready to be canned.
No doubt, Kano State has great potential for agricultural, land and livestock resources for economic growth. This is largely supported by the presence of large man-made water bodies intentionally constructed to provide adequate drinking water for the people in one way and to enhance agricultural development for food security on the other.
We have the Kidumwada water treatment plant, we have the Gari water treatment plant, we have Thomas water treatment plant, we have Kosalla water treatment plant, we have Suromawa water treatment plant, we have Watari water treatment plant, and so many others.
For years, due to combination of reasons, such as population increase, non-functional operations of certain facilities in water supply ministry, attempt to provide people of Kano State with adequate drinking water is met with constraints.
All these water treatment plants, when we came in newly in June last year, all of them were down. The ones outside Kano were not working at all. But alhamdulillah, with the coming of this administration, I want to say it before everybody that all these plants are now working above 75% of their designated capacities.
Some areas have been without public water supply for a decade now.
A rana ina samun kamar naira 2,500-3,000. Ina yin sawo 7-8 duk sawo 1,500. Amma ya danganta idan haka kamar akwai ruwa, wani lokacin ba zai wuce ba ma kai sawo 1 naira 500.
Well, of course, we believe there are some places now not accessing water, like Dakta, Brigade, and parts of Savangari, only access Savangari. We are now trying to increase the capacity of the pumping operation now. We are trying to acquire more pumping machines to add up to the existing pumping machines so that our water supply can reach far distances now within the Kano metropolitan area.
Irrigation farming practice is really a big approach for commercial agriculture. The need for incessant supply of water is therefore paramount. Farmers living within the watershed areas get access to available dam waters through canals to their crops. Depending on the scale at which they operate, easy access to water resources really enhances their operations.
These dams that they have a lot of water canals around there, for which water is channeled to these canals. People are irrigating the farmland, and we are obtaining food from this.
We're very much sure that all communities surrounding that areas are going to benefit. And one other important thing that we're looking at is the degraded lands, because when you have water conservation, farms that have been deserted for long, that are not in use, through that water conservation, it can prompt their use so that people can use them and earn a means of sustenance.
Agriculture as an important sector of the economy. There are presence of agencies that augment government effort to boosting farming for food security.
If you look at what we are trying to do, or where we are trying to construct some of this water conservation, you learn that they are very far away from the existing dams that we are having. So the first thing we do is to carry out the need assessment. Is there a need of activities like this? If there is, then we make sure that we do it. And one good thing about project like this is that we don't just construct the water conservation and leave. We make sure that we empower the communities around those spaces. We train them on the farming activities.
Every day, people struggle to earn income, either by selling goods or rendering services. In any case, the purpose is primarily to meet ordinary day-to-day domestic demands. However, the current economic condition in Nigeria is so hard that people struggle even more to increase their income in order to meet the daily increasing demands that have made them so much inclined to spending than saving.
For any individual or community or nation to develop, they must go into savings. It may be very difficult, particularly at times like this in Nigeria. But then you have to think about your future. Your future. If you really think about your future.
A labaran namu na yau za ku ji cewa gwamnatin jihar Kano ta tanadar da sufurin bus kyauta ga alhazai na jihar Kano a Makka. Sannan yayin da damuna ta fara faduwa, an yi kira ga mazauna jihar Kano da su tsaftace magudanan ruwa don kare ambaliyar ruwa. Assalamu alaikum, ga cikakkun labaran tare da ni Murtala Abdullahi Hamza. Gwamnatin jihar Kano ta kaddamar da sabbin motocin daukar alhazai kyauta a birnin Makka domin sauƙaƙa musu zirga-zirga zuwa da dawowa masallaci daga masallacin harami. Yayin kaddamar da shirin, Amirul Hajj kuma sarkin Gaya Alhaji Aliyu Ibrahim Abdulkadir ya ce wannan mataki na nuna ƙudurin gwamna Abba Kabir Yusuf na inganta walwala da jin daɗin alhazai a duk tsawon zamansu a ƙasa mai tsarki. Abdullahi Mustapha na da cigaban wannan rahoto.
Tsawon kwanaki biyar na aikin hajji, alhazai sun kasance cikin hidimomi da ke buƙatar juriya, inda suka yi tattaki mai tsawon gaske domin gudanar da al'amuran ibada daban-daban. Hakan ya faru ne sakamakon yawan alhazan da suka zo daga ƙasashe daban-daban, daga Muzdalifa zuwa Mina da kuma dawowa Makka. Alhazai da dama sun shafe fiye da kilomita 10 a kafa. A yanzu da aka kammala muhimman ibadu na aikin hajji, abinda aka mai da hankali shine zirga-zirga tsakanin gidajen alhazai da kuma masallaci mai alfarma na Makka. Dalilin haka ne sanya gwamnatin jihar Kano ta bullo da tsarin zirga-zirga ta hanyar manyan motoci domin rage wahala da kuma kashe kuɗin mota ga alhazai. A yan kaddamar da shirin, Amir Alhaji kuma sarkin Gaya Aliyu Ibrahim Abdulkadir ya bayyana cewa wannan shiri zai kuma karfafa wa alhazan su ringa yin sallolinsu guda 5 a masallacin mai alfarma. Sarkin ya kuma kaddamar da rabon jakunkuna da za su ɗau kaya kilogram 23 har guda 2 ga kowane alhaji na jihar. A yan ganawa da wani rukuni na alhazai, ya kira ga jami'an aikin hajji da su ci gaba da kasancewa masu gaskiya da amana da kuma jajircewa wajen aiwatar da ayyukan da ke kansu. Ya ba da misalin babban sakataren yada labaran gwamna Mustapha Muhammad wanda ya dawo da ƙarin kuɗi har riyal 6,000 da ya kai kimanin naira miliyan 2,200,000 da aka yi masa. Sarkin ya yaba wa wannan abin kirki da ya bayyana da cewa ya nuna gaskiyarsa da nagarta da kuma tsoron Allah. Daga Makka, Saudi Arabia, Abdullahi Mustapha, labaran NTA.
Gwamnan jihar Kano Abba Kabir Yusuf ya sake jaddada kudurin gwamnatinsa na kula da jin daɗi da kare haƙoƙin yara marasa galihu yayin wata ziyara da ya kai gidan kula da yara na Nasarawa. Ziyarar wadda ta kasance wani bangare na bukukuwan babbar sallah, ranar yara ta duniya da kuma bikin cika shekaru 3 na gwamnatinsa. Muhammad Ibrahim na da cigaba wannan rahoto.
Maza da mata na gidan marayu na Nasarawa sun tambayi gwamnan jihar Kano Alhaji Abba Kabir Yusuf yayin da ya ziyarce su domin murnar ranar yara ta duniya, bukukuwan babbar sallah da kuma cikar gwamnatinsa a shekaru 3 akan mulki. Ziyarar ta nuna irin mahimmancin da gwamnatin jihar ke baiwa kula da walwala da jin daɗin yara marasa gata, tare da tabbatar da cewa kowa na amfana da manufofi da shirye-shiryen ci gaba da ake aiwatarwa a jihar. A yayin ziyarar gwamna Abba Kabir Yusuf ya yi hulɗa da yara da masu kula da su, inda ya sake jaddada aniyar gwamnatinsa na samar da ingantaccen yanayi da zai baiwa yara damar samun tarbiyya mai kyau, ilimi da kuma kyakkyawar makoma.
Ya ƙara mana tsawon rai mai albarka yadda yake za mu ci gaba da ba da gudunmawa yadda ya kamata. Wannan gida muna tabbatar muku abubuwan ma da ba ku faɗa ba za mu fito da su, sai mun mai da wannan gida na alfahari a faɗin Najeriya in Allah ya yarda.
Kwamishiniyar ma'aikatar harkokin mata, yara da masu bukata ta musamman ta yaba wa gwamnan bisa yadda yake ba da fifiko ga shirye-shiryen jin kai da walwalar al'umma, musamman waɗanda suka shafi yara da sauran marasa galihu a faɗin jihar.
Gwamna na yi maka maganar hostel ɗinsu ya yi kaɗan. Mai girma gwamna ga hostel don kasa a gina mana ya kai linta. Rufawa kawai za a yi, mai girma gwamna muna godiya. Abincin wannan gida mai girma gwamna baya yankewa wata 6.
Gwamna Abba Kabir Yusuf ya tabbatar wa yaran cewa gwamnatinsa za ta ci gaba da tsayawa tsayin daka wajen tallafa musu, tare da ƙara inganta manufofi da shirye-shiryen da za su tabbatar da walwalarsu da samar musu da kyakkyawar rayuwa a nan gaba. Muhammad Ibrahim, labarin NTA.
Makarantu a fadin jihar Kano sun koma gudanar da harkokin karatu bayan hutun babbar sallah, inda ɗalibai da malamai suka koma azuzuwa domin ci gaba da zangon karatu. Komawar makaranta na nuna dawowar harkokin ilimi yadda ya kamata, yayin da makarantu suka buɗe ƙofofinsu tare da sabon ƙwazo wajen bunƙasa ilimi. Rufaida Idris Gauna na da ci gaba wannan rahoto.
Bayan hutun babbar sallah, makarantu a fadin Kano sun koma gudanar da harkokin karatu, inda ɗalibai da malamai suka dawo ajujuwa domin ci gaba da zangon karatu. Ziyarar da aka kai wasu makarantu da ke cikin birnin Kano ta nuna yadda ɗalibai suka fara zuwa makaranta da wuri domin shiga darussa, yayin da malamai suka ci gaba da gudanar da ayyukan koyarwa kamar yadda aka saba bayan kammala hutun sallah.
Mun ɗauki darasi, ana ta karatu, babu magana cewa wai yau ranar share-share ne ba aiki, a wannan tsohon zance ne. Aiki ka'in da na'in ya kan kama, da malaman da ɗaliban da mu kan management komai ya kan kama shi.
Wasu daga cikin malamai da suka zanta da NTA sun bayyana komawar makarantu a matsayin abin karfafawa, suna mai cewa ɗalibai da dama sun dawo cikin kuzari da shirye-shiryen ci gaba da karatunsu. Sun kuma bayyana fatan cewa wannan sabon kwazo da himma da ɗalibai suka nuna zai taimaka wajen inganta sakamakon karatu. Malaman sun yi kira ga iyaye da su kula da karatun yaransu, tare da tabbatar da cewa ɗalibai suna zuwa makaranta akai-akai kuma a kan lokaci. Rufaida Idris Gawuna a labaran NTA.
To jama'a, labaran suna zuwa muku ne daga nan gidan talabijin na NTA Kano. Labaran za su ci gaba bayan wannan.
This is Portugal Resort, where fun meets serenity and adventure meets relaxation. A serene environment for leisure, corporate retreats, and schools excursion trips. Create unforgettable memories with family and friends at Portugal Resort. Cozy, spacious rooms await the duration of your stay with us. Situated at Minjibur local government area along Gezawa axis, just a few minutes drive away from the bustles of Kano City. At Portugal Resort, we don't just create fun memories, we deliver experience.
Yayin da damuna ke ƙara ƙarfi a faɗin jihar Kano, ana kira ga mazauna da su rinka tsaftace magudanan ruwa domin rage haɗarin ambaliya da kuma samar da muhalli mai tsafta. Masu ruwa da tsakiya a ɓangaren muhalli sun jaddada mahimmancin zubar da shara yadda ya kamata da kuma share magudanan ruwa. Aisha Usman Abubakar na da ci gaban wannan rahoto.
Yayin da lokacin damuna ya fara a jihar Kano, an fara kira ga mazauna yankuna da su kula da tsaftar magudanar ruwa domin kaucewa ambaliya da kuma tabbatar da tsaftataccen muhalli. Ziyarar da aka kai wasu unguwanni a cikin birnin Kano ta nuna yadda wasu mazauna ke share kwatanni tare da cire datti domin tabbatar da kwararar ruwan sama ba tare da tangarɗa ba. Duk da haka, an gano cewa wasu magudanar ruwan sun kasance a toshe sakamakon zubar da shara ba bisa ka'ida ba.
Nan muna gyaran kwata kuma kun gani. A tukuri kuma don ku taimaka kusan muna yi kuma ba masu ruwa zo mana ambaliya gidajenmu.
Magudanar ruwan nan muna dan samu ana dan gyara mana wurin, muna dan neman wasu masu aiki su zo su dan fitar mana da wannan yayin a cikin.
Wasu daga cikin mazaunan yankunan sun shaida wa NTA cewa suna yawan tsaftace kwatami a kusa da gidajensu musamman a lokacin damina domin rage haɗarin ambaliya da kuma taruwar ruwa.
Yana da kyau a ce kafin damuna dai ta yi karfi an zo an yi wannan aikin saboda kar a zo a samu matsala, don akwai shekarun da ruwa har cikin gida ba inda baya shiga.
A yayin da damuwa ke karuwa kan batun ambaliya da tsaftar muhalli, mazauna da masu ruwa da tsaki a fannin muhalli na ci gaba da jaddada muhimmancin tsaftace magudanar ruwa akai-akai da kuma bin ka'idojin zubar da shara. Aisha Usman Abubakar, a Labarai NTA.
Kamfanin Indomie ya bayyana godiyarsa ga al'ummar jihar Kano a wani bangare na bikin sallah na kwanaki 3 da ya shirya domin murnar babbar sallah. Bikin ya hada iyalai da al'ummomi daban-daban cikin yanayi na farin ciki da annashuwa a lokacin bikin sallah. Ga rahoton.
Taron ya kunshi ayyukan al'adu iri-iri da aka shirya domin inganta nishadi, haɗin kai da kuma ƙarfafa hulɗar al'umma tsakanin mahalarta. Daga cikin abubuwan da suka ɗauki hankali a bikin akwai wasanni na games, gasar girki da sauran ayyukan nishadi masu ƙayatarwa waɗanda suka jawo ɗimbin mutane halartar wannan taro.
Nuna muna farin ciki da sallah da al'ummarmu especially jihar Kano, a nuna masu soyayya da kona daga kamfanin Indomie.
Gani wani lokacin in ana yin irin wannan din to kuɗi ake karba, to amma mu sai muka yi shi kowa ya shigo ya gani kyauta, a faranta wa iyali rai, a faranta wa kowa rai. Kanawa
ji daɗi sosai, na gode sosai, Allah ya saka da alkhairi. Allah ya kawo mu rana yau muna farin ciki, mun ga kayan wasa, mun shashakata, Allah ya maimaito mana kalar wannan rana.
Domin karawa nishadi, masu shirya bikin sun kuma gayyato fitattun mawakan Hausa waɗanda suka nishadantar da jama'a ta hanyar gabatar da waƙoƙi kai tsaye a duk tsawon lokacin bikin. Ko
kaki ne, ko kaso, ko kaso. Ni kuma na yi tazara, mun bar su da shan wahala.
Bikin, wanda ya ɗauki kwanaki 3, an kammala shi tare da ba waɗanda suka yi nasara a gasa daban-daban kyaututtuka da kuma karramawa saboda irin bajintar da suka nuna. Hawa Muktar Abdullahi, a Labaran NTA.
To sai kuma bangaren rahotannin wasannin namu na yau.
Madugu ya fidda sunayen Ajibade, Oshola da sauran 'yan wasa 21 domin wasannin sada zumunta da Senegal. Amsan ta kafa sabon tarihi yayin da ta lashe gasar Diamond League. James Milner ya yi bankwana da ƙwallon ƙafa bayan shekaru 24 a fagen wasa. An shirya hana masu tsaron raga amfani da dabarar ɓata lokaci a gasar kofin duniya.
To sai kuma hasashe da yanayi zai kasance a gobe a nan birnin Kano da masu manyan birane a ƙasar nan. To sai kuma sakon masana na yau. Yanayin kasuwancinka da kake nema sannan ka fitar da buri na musamman da zai magance duk wata matsala. To jama'a iyakaci abin da ya sauka kenan, a huta lafiya.
On the news tonight, Kano State Government provides free bus service for pilgrims in Mecca. Kano State Government. On the news tonight, Kano State Government provides free bus service for pilgrims in Mecca. Plus, as the rainy season sets in, Kano residents urged to clear drainage channels. Thank you for joining us on NTA Kano News. I am Amin Umar. And now the news. Kano State Government has introduced free shuttle service for pilgrims in Mecca to facilitate easy transportation to and from the Grand Mosque. The flagging of the initiative, the Amirul Hajj and Emir of Gaya, Aliyu Ibrahim Abdul Qadir, said the gesture reflects Governor Abba Kabir Yusuf's commitment to improving the welfare and comfort of pilgrims throughout their stay in the Holy Land. Abdullah Mustafa reports.
Throughout the 5-day Hajj period, pilgrims underwent a rigorous experience, trekking long distances to perform the various religious rites. The situation was largely due to the massive number of worshippers participating in the annual spiritual exercise. From Muzdalifah to Mina and back to Mecca, many pilgrims covered more than 10 kilometers on foot. Now that the major Hajj rituals have been concluded, attention has shifted to movement between pilgrims' accommodation and the Grand Mosque in Mecca. It is against this backdrop that Kano State Government introduced a free shuttle service to ease the burden and cost of transportation for its pilgrims. Flagging off the initiative, the State Amirul Hajj and Emir of Gaya Ali Ibrahim Abdul Qadir stated that the gesture is also intended to encourage pilgrims to regularly observe their 5 daily prayers at Masjid al-Haram. The Amirul Hajj also learned the distribution of 2 23-kilogram luggage bags to each pilgrims from the state. During an interaction with a cross-section of pilgrims, the monarch urged Hajj officials to remain sincere, transparent and committed to their responsibilities. He cited the conduct of the Chief Press Secretary to the Governor Mustafa Muhammad, who returned an excess payment of 6,000 Saudi riyals, equivalent to about 2.2 million naira. The Emir commended the gesture, describing it as a demonstration of honesty, integrity and fear of God. In Makkah, Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, Abdullah Mustafa, NTA News.
In another development, Kano State Governor Abba Kabir Yusuf has reaffirmed his administration's commitment to the welfare and protection of vulnerable children during a visit to the Nasarawa Children's Home. The visit, which formed part of the Eid al-Kabir and Children's Day and third anniversary celebrations, highlights the government's commitment continued efforts to support orphaned and less privileged children across the state. Muhammad Ibrahim reports.
In an atmosphere of excitement and celebration, children at the Nasarawa Children's Home welcomed Governor Abba Kabir Yusuf as he joined them to commemorate Children's Day, the Eid el-Kabir festivities, and the 3rd anniversary of his administration. The visit underscores the state's commitment to promoting the well-being of vulnerable children and ensuring that no segment of society is left behind in government's development agenda. Governor Yusuf interacted with the children and caregivers and reiterated his administration's determination to provide a conducive environment for children to grow, learn, and realize their full potential.
Since I came, I've been doing my utmost best to ensure that they are taken care of as they deserve. Today, as you see, we just came to say Barakah de Salah to them, to encourage them, to feel that yet they are part and parcel of the society.
The Commissioner for Women Affairs, Children and People Living with Disability commended the Governor for prioritizing social welfare programs aimed at improving the lives of children and other vulnerable groups across the state. Governor Abba Kabir Yusuf assured the children of continued government support and reaffirmed his administration's resolve to strengthen policies and programs that enhance their welfare and future prospects. In Kano, Muhammad Ibrahim, NTA News.
Now, schools across Kano State have resumed academic activities following the Eid el-Kabir holiday, with students and teachers returning to classrooms to continue the school term. Rufaida Idris Gauna reports that the resumption signals a return to normal learning as schools reopen with renewed focus and commitment to academic excellence.
Bismillah, following the Eid el-Kabir holiday, schools across Kano State have resumed academic activities, with students and teachers returning to classrooms to continue the school term. A visit to some schools within the metropolis showed pupils arriving early for lessons, while teachers engaged students in academic activities as normal learning resumed after the break.
We are here in the school. We started everything just like previous. Parents are even thinking that it is time for sweeping and the likes. No. We just start everything. Any school activities start taking place.
Some teachers who spoke to NTA described the resumption as encouraging, noting that many students returned refreshed and ready to continue their studies.
Advising parents to bear in mind that immediately when government says we should return back to our schools, we should return back to our schools. Let them send their kids.
Teachers also appealed to parents and guardians to ensure regular attendance and punctuality, stressing that consistent participation in classroom activities is essential for effective learning and the smooth implementation of the academic calendar. Rufaida Idris Gawuna, NTA News.
You are watching the news on NTA Kano, and there will be more reports after this time out.
This is Portugal Resort, where fun meets serenity and adventure meets relaxation. A serene environment for leisure, corporate retreats, and schools excursion trips. Great unforgettable memories with family and friends at Portugal Resort. Cozy, spacious rooms await the duration of your stay with us. Situated at Minjibur local government area along Gezawa axis, just a few minutes drive away from the bustles of Kano City. At Portugal Resort, we don't just create fun memories, we deliver experience.
Welcome back. This is NTA Kano News. As rainy season gains momentum across Kano State, residents are being urged to keep drainage channels clear to reduce the risk of flooding and promote cleaner environment. With increased rainfall expected in the coming weeks, environmental stakeholders have stressed the importance of proper waste disposal and regular clearing of gutters to ensure the free flow of water and safeguard communities from avoidable hazards. Aisha Usman reports.
As the rainy season sets in across Kano State, residents are being urged to keep the drainage channels clear to prevent flooding and maintain a healthy environment. A visit to some communities within the metropolis revealed residents clearing gutters and removing waste to ensure the free flow of rainwater. While some drainage channels had been cleaned, others remained blocked due to indiscriminate refuse disposal.
We clean our gutters and we do it because we don't want water to flood our homes. We get people to clean waste from our drainage.
Some residents told NTA that they regularly clean the drainage around their homes during the rainy season to reduce the risk of flooding and stagnant water.
It would be good to get rid of waste before the rainy season, because previous years water flowed into our homes.
With concerns over flooding and environmental sanitation growing, residents and environmental stakeholders have continued to stress the importance of regular drainage maintenance and proper waste management. Aisha Usman Abubakar, NTA News.
Indomie Noodles has expressed appreciation to the people of Kano as part of activities marking a 3-day Salah Fiesta organized to celebrate Eid al-Kabir with residents of the state. Hawa Mukhtar reports that the fiesta brought together families and communities in a festive atmosphere as the brand engaged with residents during the Salah period.
The event featured a variety of cultural activities aimed at promoting entertainment, unity, and community engagement among participants. Highlights of the fiesta included puzzle games, cooking competitions, and other fun-filled activities that attracted large numbers of residents.
Anything that is successful, that gives success to the consumers, we are part of it. And we know the Eid al-Kabir celebration is an interesting word that brings family. And
for the first time, we are bringing all artists from the whole north. And this is we are just doing this to celebrate Salah with Kano people.
I think it's going great. Yesterday was day 1, and then we're hoping that day 2 will be a lot better than yesterday. And of course, day 3 would crown off, the total event.
Indomie for this great competition. I really enjoyed it.
We played a game and I enjoyed it, and I even got a gift.
To further entertain guests, the organizers also hosted popular Hausa music artists who thrilled the audience with live performances throughout the event.
Ni kuma nayi tazara mun bar su da shan wahala.
The 3-day fiesta concluded with winners of various competitions receiving prizes and recognition for their outstanding performance. Hawa Mukhtar Abdullahi, NTA News.
And now our correspondent Usman Ado Usman is standing by with happenings from the world of sports.
Madigu names Ajibade, Oshola, 21 others for Senegal friendlies. Amusan breaks record to win Diamond League. James Milner retires after 24-year career. Goalkeeper tactical timeout to be banned at World Cup.
Let's now take a look at tomorrow's weather focused in Kano and some selected cities in Nigeria. Now to experts' advice for today, which says understand your target market and create a unique value proposition that solves a real problem.